गणपतये नमः। ओम गं 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 गणपतये नमः। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सर्वलोकाय आदित्याय शिव सद्गुरु बाबाय स्वाहा। सर्वलोकाय आदित्याय शिव सद्गुरु बाबाय स्वाहा। सर्वलोकाय आदित्याय Shiva Sadguru Bhavaya Swaha Om Aim Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Sadguru Bhavaya Swaha Om Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Sadguru Bhavaya Swaha Om Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Sadguru Bhavaya Swaha 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 Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Sadguru Bhavaya Swaha. Om Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Shadguru Bhavaya Swaha. Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Shadguru Bhavaya Swaha. Om Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Shadguru Bhavaya Swaha. Om Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Shadguru Bhavaya Swaha. Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Shadguru Bhavaya Swaha. Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Shadguru Bhavaya Swaha.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this wonderful adventure that we are on today. Welcome to everyone on YouTube and on Facebook and on Pillai Center viewing page. It is Saturday, July 10th, 2021. My name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome. And it is always an honor and a pleasure to be of support and service as we explore the teachings of Dr. Pillai when we are experiencing that divine Wi-Fi connection. Whatever is going on in the cosmos, we can tune in with his grace and blessings. So we have started a daily chanting practice to prepare ourselves for receiving the grace of the Guru. Now, what is Guru? Guru in Sanskrit means to remove the darkness. It's also the spiritual master. And we want to make sure that we are coming out of our ignorance. And what is ignorance? Well, we're ignoring that we are God and we are divine beings. We are omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. We have soul consciousness. We have God inside of us. So during this Guru Purnima, this spiritual transmission or Shaktipat or fabulous cosmic energy that's coming into the earth plane on the full moon Purnima, this Guru Purnima or full moon of the Guru, we are going to feel fullness. So we've been preparing for that in the community chanting sessions here at Pillai Center, the viewing page that some of you are on right now. And then those of you who are on YouTube or on Facebook, you can check out the community events link that is posted to your chat support. And thanks so much to Swamini Vali and Radha and Arjun and Gabriella for helping out to make this experience today to be a wonderful one for all. So we want to experience joy, happiness. We want to experience enlightenment, fullness, abundance, and that's what the full moon does. So there are about 12 or 13 full moons in a year, but the one that is the most auspicious, as Dr. Pillai has shared, Guru Purnima is the single most important day, regardless of who you are, what your stars are, whether you're going through good or bad times, you will be benefited on that day. So Dr. Pillai refers to Guru Purnima as the most significant day and the best time to experience miracles. He's taught that on this day, all the gurus descend from their heavenly abodes, and they use physical gurus, such as Dr. Pillai, to transmit the highest spiritual teachings and blessings at this point in time. So Dr. Pillai has taught that because this special full moon is available once a year, your mind is more receptive to receive miracles. And it's easy for Dr. Pillai to change people's destinies. So what is your destiny? Your destiny is what your thoughts are, where you're going from point A to point B, what your goals are, how you're starting, and how you want to manifest something at the end of all your efforts that you put in. So if you're destined to see in your life that, oh my goodness, bad health, bad relationships, bad money karma, bad spiritual experiences, and so on, all those major aspects of our life, relationships, that's a big one, family, interpersonal relationships at work or with your friends, your social circle, and even the community at large. We're going through the world's worst time. It's pandemic and COVID has locked us all down, and a lot of people are struggling on so many different ways. So this Guru Purnima coming up on July 22nd is going to be an earth-shattering Guru Purnima, in that all the divine beings are going to be coming from the cosmos. They're going to be flooding in to help the earth plane and all its inhabitants, because that's the gates of heaven get to open up and the party gets to be started. So we are preparing ourselves. We're preparing our brain, our body, our mind, our emotions, our physical sensations in our body to experience this flood of energy without passing out. So that's why we have a spiritual master, is that he is going to awaken that consciousness inside of our DNA and spiritualize it so that we can receive the blessings with grace and ease. So grace, Guru's grace is always there. And Dr. Pillai tells a story about a woman who flew in from New York to California to see him on a Guru Purnima. And this was a few years ago. And so he goes on to say, I'll tell you a personal anecdote about how a person's life was changed on Guru Purnima. On a Guru Purnima day in San Diego several years ago, a person who wanted to become a movie star offered to buy me breakfast. I said, you can't afford it. Because I knew, Dr. Pillai says, I knew she was waitressing, and she used all of her money to fly from New York to San Diego to see Dr. Pillai during Guru Purnima. So I said to her, you can't afford it, because she was waitressing. And then I just said, okay, yes, I will accept it. On that day, I decided to change her destiny, and it did. Within the next 3 months, she received an opportunity to become a movie star. And I know this person, and she is wonderful, and she brings so much consciousness, so much love, so much beauty and joy and happiness to the work that she does. And she is actually doing very conscious movies. So this is what we need. We need to bring more consciousness, more light, more love, more super intelligence, more peace and happiness and joy, because we're faced with the opposite as it is on a global scale right now. So on Guru Purnima, the destiny was changed for this particular person, and that's how powerful that time is. And I've had an experience, and I've been asked to share one of the most powerful, life-changing or destiny-changing Guru Purnimas for me. I was on my way to a Guru Purnima a couple of years ago, and it was, again, in San Diego. And I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I jumped on a plane, went to Philadelphia as a stopover, and there were flash floods. And I'd never been there before, so I didn't know anything about what to do in that kind of situation. So all the hotels were fully booked up. Even there were like $1,000 a night hotels, rooms were fully booked up. So there I was, this middle-aged woman wandering around in this airport, which they told me I couldn't be there overnight. And so I said, well, where am I going to go? It's pouring rain. There's flash floods. I don't know what to do. And I couldn't get back on a plane and go home either. So no planes were coming in, no planes were leaving. And there I was for a day and a half in this airport, hiding away and chanting mantras, praying to Dr. Pillai, connecting with everybody that I could who were in San Diego and giving him updates. And they were just encouraging me, stay safe, just be cool. So all night long for about 36 hours, I was trapped in this situation. And then so I finally said, okay, enough is enough. I cannot take this anymore. And just then someone announced my name on the overhead speakers and said, okay, your flight is going to be ready. Get on the plane now. And so I ran with my bag and got to San Diego. And it was a beautiful experience, although Guru Purnima was almost over. And so I sat down in front of Dr. Pillai, and everything was light. Everything was super lucid. And I thought, oh my goodness, am I just overtired or what is happening? So there's tremendous light radiating out from Dr. Pillai, and the whole room was lit up. And I was at the back. And I thought, oh my goodness, I must be just hallucinating. And then Dr. Pillai had said at one point during the session, the lecture part of the session, he was naming out people. So he was calling out people's names, and then he called out my name and he said, Sucharita. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't paying attention, or am I dreaming, or what's happening? And he said, your karma has changed. And I was like, I didn't understand it at the time, but my body, my whole brain exploded with light and love and joy and happiness. I was overwhelmed. And all I could do was flop forward and namaste or prayer pose and bow my head and just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And from that day on, everything changed. Everything in my life, every aspect, beautiful relationships, improvements in relationships from the beginning of my lifetime that I never, ever, ever thought. Family relationships, work relationships, social relationships, big, huge shift to more joyful, more loving, more happiness and care, which I never, ever thought would be a part of my life. And that is so important because we're here as human beings to relate to one another. And if we're on a spiritual path, most of us feel like we're kind of outsiders, and we don't feel like anyone understands us, or we feel like we're alone on our spiritual path, unless we come across a community like Dr. Pillai's, where you can make friends with everybody and have your own little spiritual family. But we also have these karmic relationships at work even. So the work life changed, the family life changed, the social circle changed. All those relationships have become fabulous, supportive, nourishing, which I never, ever, ever thought would happen. So it is possible on a Guru Purnima day. And that was just one thing. So finances improved. I got a promotion, and things are happening in my life. I got a puppy. I've been able to travel around the world, except during COVID, but I've been very healthy and happy, and got some dental work that I hadn't been able to afford. It was thousands and thousands of dollars. And I got some dental work done while I was in India. Actually, I was on the plane coming back from India. It was the last day that any foreigner could leave India. Otherwise, I would have been left there during the COVID lockdown. And just like that, I was on business class, the flight home. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. So Guru Purnima is not something that is just to wave over or, oh, that's nice. It really, really will shift your consciousness because you are dedicated to removing the darkness, removing the ignorance inside of you. And you never know what harms and hurdles are going to come until you are experiencing it and you get on a spiritual path with a master, with a Sadguru, Dr. Pillai, and he takes care. So this is what I wanted to share with everyone about Guru Purnima, what it was for one of our fabulous friends who became a movie star, and then also for myself who continues to thrive in all aspects of my life spiritually. Oh my goodness, so many spiritual experiences that I have been around Dr. Pillai for 25 years, and it has taken it up a notch or many notches. And that is such a grace and blessings because we get to this kind of plateau where we go, yeah, been there, done that. And we don't think we can break through until we hit a Guru Purnima. And all the masters come, all the spiritual teachers from the Tamil Siddha tradition, for example, that Dr. Pillai hails from. They are there waiting for us so that they can whisper in our ear, or they can wake up inside of us, that light, that super consciousness. So we will grow that guru inside of us. So we will grow the energy inside of us that will dispel the darkness. So God consciousness is inside of us. Guru is inside of us, but we need to know the passcodes. We need to be initiated at the perfect time. So even if you feel like, well, I've been doing my spiritual practices, and how can this be on one day that I can take an exponential leap? Well, you can. So what you can do to prepare for Dr. Pillai's Guru Purnima is to watch the preparation webinar on July 18th, and that's going to be at 9 a.m. Pacific time on this same page. You can also join the daily live YouTube Pillai Center Practice YouTube sessions, and then you're going to learn the mantras and how to do avatar arati. So avatar means this God consciousness that is explosive. It's like the power source. It's right from heaven. It comes through a divine being here on the earth plane, and he's able to channel it. He or she is able to channel it. So avatar is this God being, just like we have God inside of us, but we have not realized it yet. So the Sadguru is the one who realizes it and is ready to receive at any given point in time, especially during Guru Purnima, to receive the grace and blessings and to pour it out into the earth plane. So Arati means the light. So we're going to show you how to do that momentarily in front of this image of Dr. Pillai that he has blessed, and it has been energized for the past 20 plus years. Since I received it. It took 2 years for it to come. Since I ordered it, it took 2 years. So when Dr. Pillai came and he saw it, he just said, okay, here we go. And he's been blessing it ever since. So if you have an image, even now on your phone, you can do this avatar arati, or on your computer. You can download an image. You can put it in a picture frame. It can be any image. If you have a statue, that's fabulous too. So it's very powerful to do this avatar arati and chanting session in a group, because you will feel this energy, this congested negative energy just falling off you. And the group is so supportive. They're so lovely. So there are several teachers who are participating, hosting, and we're so happy to be of service and support and hear your comments and help you with your questions. So come to those. And those are at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time every night up until the 21st. So you can also practice at home You can chant and pray, and we're going to give you the way to do that right now. So I'm going to be just going off to the side of the camera and the screen, and then you can be watching as I do the offering here. So what it is we have, you can either take a candle light, or you can take a ghee lamp. And then we're going to circle clockwise. So you take it with your right hand. So this is my right hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it and circle it so that it is clockwise. So this is Dr. Pillai's left shoulder, or his right shoulder to his left shoulder. Now, when I'm doing the clockwise, I'm going around like this towards him, as if I'm hands on a clock. So we're going to be singing the Avatar Arati, or I will be singing it. If you know it, you can chant along. If you don't, that's okay too. Our fabulous friends on chat will give you the sounds, and then we will experience some spiritual transmission. So before we do that, I want to invoke Ganesha, because he removes the obstacles. He's an elephant-headed being. He has a pot belly, and he rides a mouse. And then we also have Agastya here, who is the head of the Tamil Siddha tradition. He is the Siddha, the enlightened being who Dr. Pillai has incarnated in many lifetimes. So we'll start. You can focus your attention internally. You can imagine light pouring into your eyes, your ears, your nostrils, your mouth, the tongue, the back of the throat lights up. You can imagine your head lighting up, and inside of your brain lights up, and then the whole body lights up. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Agastyaya Namaha. Om Agastyaya Namaha. Om Agastyaya Namaha. And now the Avatar Arati. So open your heart, feel it expanding in your chest. Maybe it might start to pump the blood, and you feel the blood rushing to your head, to all the body parts. You might even feel some heat. You might experience some energy or light. Om Aim Hreem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhavaya Swaha. Om Aim Hreem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhavaya Swaha. Om Aim Hreem Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Satguru Bhavaya Swaha. Make your prayer to Dr. Pillai to give you miracle consciousness. Miracles are there. You need the consciousness to tap into that energy and pull out whatever miracle you need in any aspect of your life, any area of your life. Make a prayer, a sincere prayer. Please, please, please do it. For me. And then because we're here as a global community, we can pray for food, clothing, shelter, medicine, education, for the divine to come and be with those people who are alone and suffering during this pandemic, especially. And then make a prayer for anyone you know who needs the grace and blessings to enter their life and bring them joy and happiness and divinity. Uplift them through your intention. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the environment, peace to the world. And just relax. Take notice of what you're feeling, what your thoughts are or were during this very quick exercise that you can do on a daily basis. Especially when you're feeling like you just can't find a way out of your harms and hurdles. Make a sincere prayer to Dr. Pillai. His energy is very strong in this statue, this image. So take advantage, receive the Shaktipat, receive the blessings. And I'm back again. So that was what you can experience on a daily basis, if you will, or you can put it into your practice, especially during this full moon. Keep doing the avatar Arati, this full moon coming up, the full moon of the Guru. So those are a few of the ways in which you can prepare yourself to receive this tremendous amount of spiritual energy or cosmic beaming of intelligence coming into the earth plane at this point in time where the gurus, the divine masters, are saying, yes, we need to come in because we need to get back on track and bring more joy and happiness in the whole earth plane. So there's two opportunities to join Dr. Pillai and Guru Purnima, and this is through his grace and blessings. So there's going to be a free session. Please do not miss this. Time for accessing the grace of the Guru with Dr. Pillai is going to be on July 22nd. And it is the full moon or Guru Purnima day. It's going to be at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So it will go on for about an hour. So please make sure that you click the subscribe and click the alert, the bell, so that you get the alert and you don't miss it, because there will be these forces that you will say, oh yes, I'm going to be there. And then what happens is, something comes up and then you totally forget about it. So if you have subscribed and you're receiving the alerts, then you're going to be like, oh yes, I'm going to be there. So Dr. Pillai has graciously decided to host this free event during Jupiter Guru Hora. So Guru is Jupiter in Sanskrit. Jupiter is the planet that gives, it's the most auspicious planet. And it gives fortune, luck, and grace. So Dr. Pillai has said, this is the hour. Hora means hour. So this is the hour that anyone who shows up paid or not paid services, you are going to receive. So your soul is going to be thirsty for this knowledge. It's going to be hungry. It wants to be satiated. So it will pull you to do that. Mark it down on your calendar. So it may be on Friday morning, early morning for different time zones. So please check it out. And our friends on chat support are going to give you those timings as well, or the link to access those timings. So it's going to be also on a Thursday that is ruled by the planet Jupiter. So more auspiciousness, more fortune, luck, and grace. And that is, those are the power times, two of the very powerful times the energies that are going to be pouring through the cosmos like a beautiful river of gold light and miracle consciousness. And all the gurus are going to be riding it in their light bodies, coming and pinging us and waking us up and making us to feel alert and alive, full of this grace and bliss. So the more we tune in, the more we prepare to receive it, the more we are going to be fulfilled during this fullness of the full moon. So abundance consciousness is not an intellectual understanding only. You got to feel it. You got to experience it. You got to know it. So you're going to get lit up, and Guru's grace is there. So Jupiter, Hora, Jupiter ruled Thursday, and then Guru Purnima, the most auspicious time, full moon of the Guru. And this is the one time of the year to channel these cosmic teachings and get the Shakti pot or darshan or spiritual energetic transmission to the students who are ready to receive it, and also to channel that intelligence into the world. So being in the presence of a guru, an enlightened master on Guru Purnima, either virtually or physically in their presence, is considered a most precious gift to enhance one's experience of enlightenment and prosperity in life. It's a destiny changer on an individual level as well as a global level. So we never know when we come together and we're with a spiritual master, when a critical mass or an amount of people that comes together and we reach that critical mass, we reach that apex of understanding and that apex, the peak of what it is that we are receiving from the cosmos. And the cosmos is looking at us and saying, okay, you're ready. You're like birds with your mouths open. Okay, you need that spiritual transmission, that Shakti pot, and that spiritual food, if you will, that will purify your body, mind, and soul, and help to transform you and help to transform the whole world on a collective level. So we create a network of people who are ready to receive this bioelectricity that's going to get fired up inside of us, and then also to receive or align with or have a divine Wi-Fi connection to this big event. So destiny changing, you're going to evolve spiritually and materially with grace and ease. And Dr. Pillai is going to help you to receive it and feel it and to transmit that into your life beforehand and change everything. So that's what he does, is he lights up the path. And then all we need to do is continue to do our practices, and then we will have that light, that intelligence, and then move along in our life with that grace and ease and watch the miracles happen and go, wow, I just showed up at the Guru Purnima event. I just chanted the Avatar Arati. How did that happen? That's what it is. So it's beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond anything that you can think of. It's beyond thought. It's super intelligence. And all we need to do is show up and be ready to receive it. So that silent transmission or Shakti pot or darshan is going to give us that intuitive intelligence that Dr. Pillai has shared with us, and he wants us to experience it. In fact, when I first started studying with Dr. Pillai, I had no idea what he was capable of. I just thought, oh, well, he's very interesting, and I'm going to learn how to meditate and relax, because I was totally stressed out in my life at the time. And then he just sat on the stage, and the room was packed in this big, huge hotel room. And it was about 500 people. And I was kind of close to the door because I didn't really, I was a little bit skeptical, to say the least. I'd been in sciences in my studies for many years at the university, and in postgrad in professional school as well. So I was like, okay, somebody said go and see this guy, so I think I'll, just check it out, but I'll have an exit strategy. So here he was on the stage, the whole stage lit up. Everyone in the room, all the hundreds of people in the room were in bliss. Everyone was silent. You could hear a pin drop. I could feel the healing energy inside of me going, and I was like, where is the pain? Where's the worry? Where are all the problems that I had? Where are my thoughts even? And I stayed for the whole event, and he just gave so much light. So it was a very silent experience. And then we had a silent retreat for 3 days after that. And that was an incredible experience where I saw by the end of it, all these divine beings. Jesus came through, all these beings that I didn't even know. But then as I've been studying with Dr. Pillai, I've come to learn who they are, the Siddhas, the Tamil Siddha tradition. So you never know what you're going to receive. You never know what's going to happen during this silent transmission. So be prepared. Take an hour out of your time. It's free. And this is total grace and blessings that Dr. Pillai is going to do this. So that's going to start live online, July 22nd, 11:30 p.m. Pacific time. And it is, you can check it out there. 10:30. 10:30 is the free service. Then there is going to be there's going to be 2 paid sessions, and the paid session is going to be more of the spiritual transmission, the silent transmission of intuitive intelligence, as Dr. Pillai shares. And that's going to be at 11:30. So the first one, the free one, is at 10:30 p.m. Pacific time, and then followed by the paid service, which you can participate, and I'll share about that in just momentarily. And that is going to be starting at 11:30 p.m. Pacific time. So you can translate those timings, or our friends on chat will do that as well for you. So there are ways that you can join these 2 paid services. And one is to take advantage of this early bird pricing. It's going to be something that many of you will say, well, I'm not really sure if I want to do this. And I always say that too. I've been to so many Guru Purnimas. Why do I need to do this? And then I remind myself, because it will change my destiny. And I don't want to wait anymore to have a fabulous life and to have breakthroughs, both materially and spiritually. So Dr. Pillai's inspired Guru Purnima program is going to be his empowerment as a silent transmission of intuitive intelligence. He teaches us that the highest teachings are transmitted through silence. He is referred to the archetype Dakshinamurti, is a special aspect of Shiva, who's considered to be the original or ultimate guru. Dakshinamurti is famously depicted seated under a tree surrounded by sages, giving the highest teachings without speaking a word. This silence is considered to be yoga, or union with primordial divine consciousness. So that was so exciting for me as a student way back when. We didn't have internet, we didn't have phone even. I don't even think we had teleconferencing or even mobile phones. They were just coming out. And it was also very expensive to tune in at that time as well. So Dr. Pillai has been able to give us these teachings through the YouTube, through all these virtual platforms that we are on now, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all the rest, the viewing page at Pillai Center. And then also Pillai Center Academy, fabulous courses. So check those out as well. So the silence is considered to be this union with what? Your God self, with the God consciousness that is going to be beamed in to the earth plane. So again, this power time has been revealed to be a golden opportunity for those whose souls are so thirsty for this knowledge that is coming through the silent transmission. So if you have never experienced that on a Guru Purnima, then you will be blown away. He may even light up the whole stage like he did for me, and he disappeared and the room disappeared, and everybody after that was so full of bliss. There was so much healing energy, as I mentioned, and even you can't describe it. It's like going to the Grand Canyon and standing at the edge and you're trying to describe it to someone. You're going to say, just be quiet. I just want to enjoy this. You're just going to be in awe. And that is grace. If you can experience the peace, the intuitive intelligence that wakes up inside of you, and then thereafter you're making very clear decisions about anything in your life. Relationships are healed. Money appears out of nowhere. Your finances get fixed. And then you're on a spiritual path where you meet fabulous people. You travel to power spots. It's a very exciting adventure. In fact, when I started studying with Dr. Pillai, he said, if you follow my teachings, your life will be adventurous. And he had this huge ear-to-ear smile, and I was like, okay, I'm in. And it has been. It has been an adventure, and all my terrible karmas that have come up over the years have been just simply washed away. They've been diffused. I touch it lightly just to know, okay, not going to do that again. Let's have more clarity. Let's have more intelligence. And so these Guru Purnimas once a year for all these years have been building that consciousness inside of me so that I can experience that guru within, or that intelligence, that union with God, that yoga with God consciousness. So that is the peak power time. And then the early bird is going to be extended, and it will be extended until the 12th of July. So all those details are going to be posted to, or you can access it through the link that is being posted to the chats here. So I just wanted to wrap up with a few minutes to remind you, the daily chanting, the Avatar Arati has been going on since July 1st and is going to continue on to the 21st. It starts at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time or 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. And Guru Purnima webinar is right now. And then Dr. Pillai's Guru Purnima prep webinar is going to be on July 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And our fabulous friends will post the link again so that you can access it on the chats. So time for accessing the grace of the Guru with Dr. Pillai is going to be July 22nd, the Guru Purnima day at 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's the free one. And then the paid services are going to be starting at 11:30 p.m. Pacific time. So you can scroll on that community page, the community chanting page, and then click on receive alerts, so watch events, and then watch the webinars as well. So that's what I had to share about how you can prepare yourself, get ready. So the overview of Dr. Pillai's Guru Purnima blessings, again, it's the single most important day of the year. According to Dr. Pillai and the Siddha tradition, it's the most auspicious time to be in the presence of the Guru. And when they transmit incredible grace from all Gurus, whether they're here on the earth plane or have been here or they're coming and going, they're in their light bodies. So they're reminding us that they were just these average guys. And then they had lifetimes, just perhaps like you are as well, coming across Dr. Pillai's teachings. Of course you are. So your soul is ready. Hey, I want to receive more light. Why? Because when you can light up your life, you feel uplifted. When you can light up your life, you see all the problems and you can see from a higher perspective how to create a new way out. You're not groping in the dark. So the light will shed light on the darkness, what we're ignoring. We can't see it. So once we have more light, we have more intelligence, we can do more, we know more, things can happen faster. So when we get this grace from the Gurus are going to be descending from these heavenly abodes, you'll have the opportunity to be with Dr. Pillai. And virtually, it's like being right next to him. Actually, it's better, I feel anyways, because I've been with Dr. Pillai in person and also on virtual reality here as we are over the internet. And it is pretty darn amazing to be on the internet because he's in my living room with me as I'm sitting on my couch and I'm logged on, and I feel like it's just him and I. Whereas when I've been with him and hundreds of other people at the same time, I'm way at the back. And although I do feel a tremendous shift on those pilgrimages where we've been celebrating Guru Purnima together, it is definitely a fabulous experience. But then having this virtual experience, especially right now during COVID, you don't have to worry about being up close and personal to anyone. You're going to be up close and personal and feel that spiritual transmission and experience that silence, because you'll be able to control your environment. You'll be able to shut off the phones and everything else that is going to be a distractor, lock yourself away for that hour, a couple of hours that you'll be with him. So it's more of a controlled environment, and you'll be experiencing this one-to-one, very intimate spiritual transmission back and forth. He'll be speaking to your soul, and you'll be like, whoa, I understand. And he's talking to me. And yet there are going to be thousands of other people saying, he's talking to me. He's saying exactly what I need to know. So that's what it is at the soul level. You may be invited. It's pinging you. You're going to be like this urge so deep inside. It's going to make you cry and fall down on your knees. That's what has happened to me. I've fallen down on my knees and cried. I want to go to Guru Purnima. I want to participate. And I just can't afford to do it. Or there's other things, other obligations. And all of a sudden, the slate gets cleared. The money shows up. So prepare yourself and receive the blessings. And then you will be there. So this is this opportunity is really precious once a year, and especially during this COVID year. We really need the blessings of these divine beings, and we need to collectively create a network of people where we can grab onto this spiritual energy and transmit it across the globe. So the 2-hour transmission session is going to be happening. That's the paid one that I spoke about, and then the advanced. You're going to receive this advanced Guru Purnima proxy power spot ceremonies. Now that's a big load of words. So what is proxy? It means someone is going to do it on your behalf. You don't have to jump on a plane and go there to all these different power spots. Even if you could, even if you live in India, you couldn't be all at the same time in all those different power spots because they're hundreds of miles away from one another. So Dr. Pillai has been guided by the Siddhas to awaken the spiritual energy that is going to be transmitted into the earth plane through those power spots. And then you're going to receive these remedies. So there are different types of remedies. You can check out the different levels that you can participate. Those are on astroved.com. That's the sister company to this Pillai Center.com. However, in this particular paid package, this service, the advanced power spot proxy remedy package includes archanas or puja to Manigavasagar. He's a very powerful Siddha. He turned his body into light. He got absorbed in the Shiva Nataraj in Chidambaram. It's a fabulous story, and it's actually one of Dr. Pillai's incarnations. There's an archana to Sapta Rishis. These are the 7 rishis that you can read about. Reading about these rishis will bring that energy. So what is a rishi? It's this highly evolved guru, or he comes to the saint-like status where they can experience miracles through their own being and pour that into the students. So you may feel like, oh my goodness, I know one of these rishis from some other lifetime. So go check that out as well. So Medha Dakshina Murti. Dakshina means south. Murti is this image, this divine or energized image. So traditionally the teacher, Dakshina means the teacher is facing the south. That's where spiritual energy is. Tremendous spiritual energy is. So you just shut it down and you shut down your mind and can receive all the Shaktipat, the spiritual transmission. Your intuition comes alive. So Mahedha Dakshina Murti is a power spot where there's going to be puja or elementalization. Different items are going to be offered to that image and make it to come alive. So Vyasa, Pushpanjali, Vyasa is another fabulous guru. You can read about him as well. And he's going to be honored in Kerala. It's God's own country in Kerala, South India. And so there's a power spot there. There's going to be 5 Tamil Siddha Fire Lab done by 5 Vedic specialists or 5 priests. In the Tamil system of worship, these Tamil Siddhas are going to be honored specifically. So it's a spiritual science. There is a science to all of this. It has to be done perfectly. So what do you get out of it? Siddhi powers. What is Siddhi? Miracles. So it's not like, oh, I am clairvoyant or clairaudient, or my third eye is open, or I'm having these fabulous visions or dreams. Your life is going to change for the better. Your destiny is going to be evolved, and you're going to take an exponential leap. That's what Siddhi is. So whatever you speak, whatever you think, you can manifest. And then whatever you don't want to speak or think and it pops out, you can de-manifest that too. And that would be a miracle to stop something terrible from happening that you just made a mistake and you didn't want it to happen. You will quickly turn it around. So Siddhi powers, relationships, health, wealth, and well-being. That is going to come from this special 5 priest, 5 Tamil Siddha Fire Labs. So read those 5 Tamil Siddhas. Agastya is one of them, and there are others that you may have had lifetimes with. So your soul will know this energy. You'll be feeling this heat, or you'll just know for sure. And that's your intuitive sense coming alive and saying, oh, it's already waking up. So we don't want to blink and miss these opportunities in life. We always have this gut feeling, but then we're kind of groping in the dark. We don't really know. So it's kind of like a hit and miss with miracles. So miracles are your intuition. Be in the right place at the right time, thinking, saying, and doing the right thing. And then the right people are there and everything is happening. And it's like, whoa, super, that's a miracle. But we don't want it one off. We want it all the time. So you're going to get the blessings. So Guru Ashtakam is a hymn in praise of the gurus. The chanting is going to be done by Vedic priests. Totakashtatam, chanting by the Vedic priests. 6 priests, Saptarishi. So Sapta means 7. So Saptarishis are the 7 sages who are 7 rays of wisdom. And I'm going to invite you to go find out, read about that. And again, you may be experiencing some memory that comes up, and you just know that you know one or maybe all the Saptarishis. So Sapta is 7, Rishi, these powerful beings who are there close to the earth plane all the time, and they are flooding as the gates of heaven open up. The gates of the cosmic rays are coming in and then radiating into you, and you receive the blessings from these 7 sages. And what do they give? Wisdom. Beyond intelligence, beyond the body, beyond the mind. They just do the thing without you having to work at it. So absorb it. Donating a bronze water vessel to the temple priests and Vedic specialists. You can read about that significance. I'm going to get another one to keep you hanging. So food feeding, oh my goodness. One of the checklists of being on a spiritual path, you must feed people. And even the rishis and the divine beings, they have to come to the earth plane during Guru Purnima to make sure people get fed. And so they will ping us to make sure that we feed them in honor of their blessings coming through us. So they will ping us to come and participate in this so that we feed the needy and the Vedic boys. So the boys that are learning the Vedic traditions. So it's been going on for thousands of years. It's been passed through the generations. And thank goodness we are here to make sure that we appreciate it. We have full gratitude, but we don't have to do it. They are doing it. So we want to make sure that they're taken care of. So you're going to get an individual Agastya Fire Lamb. Again, Agastya is the head of all the Tamil Siddhas, and he gives tremendous blessings. So you can check that out. There's going to be weekly group follow-up calls, and then there's a private Facebook group. So the weekly group follow-up calls are going to be by a Pillai Center Teacher to unpack all the blessings that we're getting during this Guru Purnima. experience. And there's a Pillai Center Academy course, which I'm sure that our friends on chat have shared with you as well. So the early bird available for a limited time, you're going to get up to $65 off packages. It expires on July 12th at 1 minute before midnight Pacific time. So 11:59 p.m. it's going to expire on July 12th. So that's in a couple of days. Make sure you read this. Even if you say, no, I'm not, you might just be compelled in a way that you cannot imagine yourself to be so fired up. And then, so there's a couple, those are the ways that you can experience Guru Purnima through the paid services. There's a fundamentals program where you're going to get the 2-hour transmission of Dr. Pillai's intuitive intelligence, the empowerment session, lifetime access to the replays and downloads. It's going to be in Pillai Center Academy. And then 2 weekly group follow-up calls on July 31st and August 7th. And you get private Facebook group where you can share experiences even after Guru Purnima, even throughout the whole year. And then you create friends and when we get back to traveling, oh my goodness, I wish we would hurry up. I got the travel bug. So we can meet up with Dr. Pillai during his seminars in India, perhaps, or maybe in another place around the world. And then we meet the people who we have been connecting with virtually. And that's so fabulous. So you start out virtually and then you meet in person. You're like, oh my God, long lost sister, brother, mother, father, whoever. And it is so joyous. So fundamentals, that's what you're going to get there. The all-inclusive is the fundamentals plus the advanced Guru Purnima proxy power spot ceremonies, which I went over in depth, and you can get $65 off that. The early bird for the fundamentals is $27 off. So please go read, at least read through it. If you have any questions, you can send it in to office@pillaicenter.com. And we will be happy to share whatever knowledge we have to assist you to make sure that you get the grace and blessings that you came for. So thanks everyone for joining. And that was a lot to share. And I hope that it got into you in a way that you are invited at a deep, deep soul level to fill up your cup. So right now I'm going to just take a look at my phone and see if there are any questions or shared experiences that our friends on chat support are copying and pasting for me. Are there any questions, comments, shared experiences? So momentarily we will have that posted, and then here comes Swami Nivali. Thank you. So make sure that you do this avatar arati, which is showing the light to an image, a statue, a picture of Dr. Pillai. And you can pop it up on your phone and just hold your phone up and then just offer the light to your phone. You can always use your right hand and you're going to circle clockwise. So you're going to go from your left shoulder over top to your right shoulder. That's clockwise. And you're going to go around as you're facing the image. That's making the clock, the hands of the clock go round, old school. So no questions on YouTube or the viewing page. Bruce says, Sucharita, you're a great teacher. I also received a transmission of energy. Thank you. That's awesome. So the greatness, I must say, is not coming through me. It's coming through Dr. Pillai. And I'm so happy that you received that transmission and that you're receiving this knowledge as an invitation to experience some energy in the days ahead. So prepare yourself, however you can do that. It can be done at any day, any time of the day or night. When you get off the bed, just do the avatar arati or listen to it. If you participate in the community services or the community chanting every night, or if you can't participate in the community chanting live every night, the recordings are there on Pillai Center YouTube. So you can fast forward it to the mantra practice, to the meditation, to the avatar arati, and then you can play that. And so have it ready on your smartphone or your computer. Everybody has one by their bedside. So you can have that ready in the morning. So before you even get off the bed, just do the avatar arati. And then if you don't have a light, you can imagine offering a light. So your imagination, you put that image into your imagination, and then you will experience the energy, the blessings. So it doesn't take too much. You can do it at bedtime, you can do it midday, you could do it at night, you can do it all throughout the whole day, every hour, and then feel that connection to your intuitive intelligence so that you have a little bit of an experience, you're prepared, and when Guru Purnima comes, OMG, you're going to be rocking the house. So Radha says from Nangai, maybe a quick recap of the 3 ways to prepare for Guru Purnima, please and thank you. Of course, Nangai. So what you can do is you can watch Dr. Pillai's Guru Purnima preparation webinar on July 18th, and that's going to be at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be on this same page, the viewing page, or YouTube, and perhaps even Facebook. You're going to join the daily live YouTube sessions, which I know you are, Nangai, and learn these mantras and how to do the avatar arati. So mantra protects the mind from being bombarded by negativity. We need a time out, and we need to be empowered. We need to empower it with what? Miracle consciousness. So these are the passcodes. Just like when we're trying to get into a website, or we're trying to get into using our bank, putting our bank card in, we've got to put in the passcode. So these mantras are going to protect your mind and then give you the passcodes at a very deep level. So zing, it happens right away. And then in the group setting, you just experience so much joy and happiness, and for no reason. I'm always laughing. Last night we had an incredible experience. The fire alarm went off in my house, and it was quite interesting because Dr. Pillai has shared over the years that when there's a tremendous amount of divine energy coming in, the electricity goes, the power goes, the alarms go off. And then even when the alarms were going off inside, it shut off finally. Then outside there were fire trucks going, and it was going all night long. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's preparing us. It's saying, hey, wake up, be alert. This is a power time you don't want to miss. How else is the divine going to give us a heads up? It's usually through a little bit of a shock to our awareness, like, pay attention. And we certainly did. So there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of grace and blessings, a lot of healing energy. So people are very grateful. A lot of gratitude is shared. Where in your life can you say, God bless you, and I'm so grateful for you and the community, because you had a spiritual experience, you've had a healing right during a session. And you can't necessarily get that on your own in your own individual practice. So you're invited. That's the second way, Nangai, and anyone else, as this recap. So practice at home. Again, do the avatar arati, like I mentioned, any time of the day, but try to do it when you first get off the bed, and maybe midday and at nighttime, or throughout the night. You may even be woken up. That's what I was all night long. I was tossing and turning. I was like, oh my God, I might as well just listen to this avatar arati. And then by 5 o'clock, I was able to go off to sleep. But I felt like I shifted a lot of negativity that was bombarding my thoughts around work and business and relationships and challenges that I'm facing right now, financially and also in my life. I want to have a breakthrough in all those areas. So the more we do this avatar arati, the more we will experience this miracle consciousness. And I woke up today and everything is fabulous and in my life, and I looked at my bank account, went, what am I worried about? It's all good. So Maria is saying here, namaste, all gods and goddesses, bless us all. Thank you so much for your wisdom. I'm grateful to Babaji and team to make it possible for us. And I'm grateful to our team. It takes a village. So thanks, Arjun. Thanks, Swami Nivali, Gabriella, and Radha for being of support, and all the team in the background. So we need to keep our consciousness up, and this is the best way when we do selfless service. So participate in these free services because it's doing something for the whole world. Whether you think, oh, I need it or not, we're always looking for a way to be selfless. So come and participate. And then if you can participate in the sponsored services, well, we're going to rock the world. And that is going to be through Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. So now I'm looking at the chat, and I see that Radha has posted, Fraz has said, hi, Sucharita, every word of your teaching today is exactly what my soul is seeking for in our Guru's grace. Thank you so much. Glory to Babaji, the greatest Guru of our times. Thank you for us. You're so inspired, and your message is wholeheartedly received and transmitted out to everyone else. So for us is a student who has been around for a while, and his messages are always loaded with uplifting spiritual energy. So I'm very excited that you are going to be participating and getting the blessings during this very powerful Guru Purnima. And you're inviting everyone else to do it. So the more the merrier. That's what Guru's grace is. So feel the grace. It's there. We've got to tap into it. So Utkarsh is saying here, can we put Lord Dakshinamurti photo frame on 22nd July permanently? Yeah, sure. So with Dr. Pillai, there are no hard or fast rules. He's so fabulous in that he says, listen, I'm a practical guru. I want you to have everything in your life. I want you to have a comfortable life. I want you to educate yourself, get training. It doesn't matter how old you are, how far behind you think you are in technology. That's another thing. If you want to understand how to use your smartphone and your computer and get in, maybe start up an internet business, Guru Purnima is the time. People have written books. Lalita Varahi, who's one of the Pillai Center teachers, she's also a Vedic astrologer, as well as Swami Nivali is a Vedic astrologer. And so Lalita Varahi was sharing the other night on one of the community chanting calls that she wrote her book after she sat in front of Dr. Pillai during Guru Purnima. So she was laboring on it for over a year and spending so much time and so much energy. She was going to give up. She went to Guru Purnima, sat there, and the book unfolded. And it's a very successful book. Congratulations. So that's another miracle. So Rangin is saying, Sucharita, you radiate so much love and light. I always love your energy. It's again, thank you. And it's also the grace and the blessing. So Guru's grace is coming through. And how we know is that we'll be happy for no reason. We'll feel uplifted. We won't want to do anything more than be in the presence of the Guru, being that light, that intelligence inside of ourselves. So when we can log on to that and we wholeheartedly feel it, then the love, the light, the super consciousness, the intuition, everything is there. And it's throwing the light on the path that we need to follow. So we're not groping in the dark. We're not blowing around like dust in the wind. We're not falling down and having to pick up. And it's so hard, especially as the years go by. Most of us, I'm in my 6th decade of life. And if I had not met Dr. Pillai and did not have all these blessings, especially during Guru Purnima, I don't know where I would be. It would be probably miserable. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone. I think we've come to the top of the hour. So let's see. Radha saying, Umberto said, just joined Guru Purnima. Can't wait for that day to come. Awesome. Great to see you there. Mystique is saying here, is Dr. Pillai a vegetarian? Just wondering. I'm not sure what he is these days. But again, no hard and fast rules with him. You can be a vegetarian. You don't have to be a vegetarian. You can be a little bit of both. You will know what you need to do. So try not to put yourself into too much stress about right or wrong ways. Here at Guru Purnima, you're going to find that intelligence. You're going to know how to navigate and be natural. So there's no stress. Sushmita is saying, Sucharita, what is the fastest way to change everything, career, finances, and relationship? Well, Sushmita, I shared what happened to me during Guru Purnima a couple of years ago. Everything changed. So this is once a year. It's a full moon out of the 12 or 13 full moons in a year, because there's one every month. And if we don't know about it, we don't tap into it, or we kind of randomly say, oh, this is a cool time to meditate or chant or do something spiritual and to experience abundance and prosperity. And then we go off for the rest of the 30 days, we kind of forget about it. Well, what will happen is on Guru Purnima is all those full moons will get supercharged. If we miss them, it doesn't matter, because in the Guru Purnima, you're going to make up for it. If you have participated in something spiritual, or you've worked on your material pursuits and you feel that prosperous energy coming in, prosperity thoughts are coming in, overriding the negativity or the poverty thoughts, then you're working on it, building on it. And then when Guru Purnima comes, it's like you fulfilled that purpose in your life, which was to get the grace and blessings to experience a big shift in all aspects of your life. So hopefully that is what is going to respond, or that is a good response to your question, Sushmita. Now, Nalini is saying, I love the candor with which you share your own experiences. Very inspiring indeed. Well, this is natural for me. I can't make this stuff up. And I shared with you, I'm quite a skeptic. I used to be. And then I was like measuring everything. And when I would do my spiritual practices, okay, I'm doing this chanting. What is it doing for me? I would write my goals and say, this is what I want to have happen in my relationships. This is what I want to have happen in my health, my family life, my work life, my business, my health, my well-being, my spiritual health and well-being. Because we get down if we haven't manifested. We're saying, hey, what do I need to do? I'm praying, I'm falling on my knees, I'm crying to God, I'm doing everything that I can. However, we need to be aligned with the energy and prepare ourselves, so we never know when it's going to be. But I have a feeling if you're here and you're listening, whether it's live or listening afterwards to the recording, your soul is going to be fulfilled. You're going to say, this is what I needed to know. And this is where I need to go. And this is what I need to do. And so we've shared enough about how you can prepare and then be there. Free event with Dr. Pillai. Never does he do that on Guru Purnima. So please, please, please show up. Mystic is saying, you look 20 years younger at least. Thank you so much. Grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai. So I had a tremendous healing in my life as well. I was diagnosed with a chronic disease. And when I first met Dr. Pillai, and that's why I said I felt all this healing energy, just being in his spiritual, silent energy transmission, the darshan, the intuitive intelligence took over and healed my body, such that when I went back to my specialist, went back to the doctors, they said, wow, your blood tests are normal. What happened? I said, I just sat in front of this guy and all this energy I felt, and I'm meditating now, I'm taking care of myself, I'm doing all the things to reduce stress, and I had this way of getting clarity that was problem solving beyond what I could normally do before. So with all this academic intelligence, I was quite dumb in reality and dumbed down by the reality in that I couldn't find a way out to come out of this health issue. I'd done everything until I sat in front of Guru. So Guru's grace will take you to states of intelligence, to heal the body, to heal the mind, to heal the soul. And I'm only one person who has had all these miracles happen. So we want more and more of you to experience it, and then collectively we'll raise the roof. So these gurus that are on the earth plane, or these gurus that are coming through the cosmic gates opening up during Guru Purnima, it's going to flood the earth plane. So if you're up for it, life is an adventure, and you will feel lighter, younger, more energized, more empowered, more intelligent. You'll feel like you're in the driver's seat and you have the grace and blessings of Guru, and you can be experiencing a tremendous shift in your destiny. So with that, Matangi is saying, I'm just jumping in. 21 days of practice, please help. So you will get that. So the 21 days where you can go on to the community pages. If you scroll up on your chat, wherever you are, YouTube viewing page or Facebook, our support team members have posted that link, and perhaps they will again, Matangi, for anyone else who's just jumping in now. You can also watch this recording. It will be posted to all the various platforms that we're using today. And then you can take notes, or you can watch it and fast forward it to this question and answer or even listen to the discussion, all your questions will be answered there. So I think we're going to wrap it up for now. Thank you so, so much, everyone. God bless you all. May Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings pour through your life such that you have incredible wealth, health, happiness, peace, prosperity, enlightenment in your life, in your family life, in your work life, and in the world. God bless you all. Namaste and happy Guru Purnima.
Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Bhavaya Swaha Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Bhavaya Swaha Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Bhavaya Swaha Sarvalokaya Adityaya Shiva Bhavaya Swaha